table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. Craig Reynolds to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Running it with David Montgomery. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. It's Montgomery on 3rd. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense up to the line fast. Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Working quickly here. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Goff now, 3rd and long. Connects with Montgomery. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. We'll see what they choose to do. It's fourth and real short inside the red zone. He finds him beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Montgomery runs it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get the game's first points here in the second. David Montgomery with the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
He's throwing for it. It's cut for 2, and that's going to be an 8-0 lead.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups, and that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for 2, but that risk pays off.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Allen taken right to the air. Complete to Shakir. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Offense in the hurry up here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Connection made to Shakir. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he's stopped. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills driving ahead. 2nd and 3 now. Again, it's Cook. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Allen on 3rd and 2. Pass complete to Cook. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Montgomery hauls this one in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Off play action, Goff. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap here to go. He finds Laporta. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. They go play action with Goff. Finds his man. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Throwing again. It's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Detroit. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Here's that Lions offense lining up to try for two once again. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, what an effort to bring in that short throw. And he gets in. They push down to a 16-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Ty Johnson now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. Great field position to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air. Allen. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Shakir with the grab. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That's what we call situation.
We going in that end zone.
To take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. That finds his man, it's Keon Coleman. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
We going in that end zone.
Here comes the final play of our first half. score! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills narrow the lead entering halftime. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone.
I'm the best Madden player you're going to ever play in your life.
For decades, when you think about it, Kate, from John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce, the position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Again, Allen to the air. Forced out to his right. And he gets into the end zone. Not a bad way to end the first half. Adding an octopus as time expires.
King Cooper in the chat. What up, bro? Hey, we is live on YouTube, by the way, kid. Well, it's not a kid. It's a grown-ass man over there. I don't know why y'all can't hear him.
Adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Carlton Davis. And the Lions get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Montgomery gets it from the gun. This is ahead for about 5. DeMar Hamlin getting there for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Williams coming in motion right. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. They'll send him over right. A little touch pass here, try to move the chains. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
They give it to the back of the zone read. And he gets taken down be right at the line of scrimmage. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Another try following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he'll go down here at the 16. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's... All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Allen setting up to throw. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Cook trying this one up the gut. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Allen looking to throw. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills now within 1 score in the 4th. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So here comes a big play. Bills going for 2. Allen looking to throw this. Flushed out of the pocket. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it and see if you can be successful again? They do, and they are.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure, and if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Williams coming in motion right. Oh, he loses the football.
Boy, I got something for you, boy.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Boy, you almost fucked up.
His way forward Reynolds with a quick pass out wide. And he has it up towards midfield.
Them boys built like that. 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 Yeah. What the fuck you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do? Ah, got you where I want you, boy. Got you where I want you, boy. Yeah, let it go to 2 minutes. Let it go to 2 minutes. Yeah, got you where I want you.
Lions leading by 6. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. He's back to throw. He's got it to his running back. Spins out of one stop. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37.
Better kill the clock.
They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. It's a sweep, he pops the pass forward. And the defense will not be beaten to the edge. They make the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. It's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He finds Laporta. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw it. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Try and getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Uh-oh.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Connection made to Shakir. Down to the 10. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in.
Yeah, I fought with you the long way. You're a real one, my nigga. You did that for the YouTube, ain't it?
So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the second.
That's a nail in the coffin right there, Bo. Good shit. Good game. GG. BookofEliGaming on YouTube.
And result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Bass now to kick this away. Reynolds with a return. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. Ball at the 33 for first down. He'll look to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Setting up to pass. Laporta with the grab. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here he is to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. Now a timeout with only 3 seconds left with, you'd all assume, right, a game-winning try on its way. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game.
Good shit, boy. You the man, bro. Good shit, my nigga. My nigga missed the hand in the hand. That nigga missed the hand in the hand. Hit that shit, bro. Don't miss that shit. Nah, bro. Don't miss that shit, bro. He big kick right here, bro. Hey, I still can score now. For real. Good shit. GG's, bro.
And they've taken back the lead. So the Lions get the win on the road. And it took everybody at the end.
Wham, bitch, burnt out. God damn, man.
With that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we say so long from Buffalo.
Bro, they was letting that nigga St. Brown catch that Fugazi shit, bro. That man ain't drop a pass, bro.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Ty Johnson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Allen comes out throwing. He's on the move. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Working quickly here. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense in the hurry up here. Another one for Cook. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Now Allen off the play action. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, an inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
This is Cook on the handoff. Room inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. He's throwing for it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Prescott opening with a pass. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. First down, here's Dak. That's Lamb running a slant. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Another kick. Oh, the football's loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They've got the length of the field to go on this drive. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one's caught along the left sideline. At the 20. The 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grow their lead to 14-0. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills lead by 15 now. Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak out of the pistol. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Dak. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Trying to get that one is CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Dak now from the gun. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Run it, bro.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
On 4th down, Prescott to throw. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first. Dak throwing again. Ferguson there to bring it in. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Exploit them here on this run.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. He fires one deep down the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys could make it a 1-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. CeeDee Lamb with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Returnable from the 2. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st down, Allen finds Kincaid. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now run by Cook. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Offense up to the line fast. Cook. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bills will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bills lead by 15 now. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return coming from the 14. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
He throws a bullet down the left sideline. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Bass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 14. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on first is Prescott. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. The throw is caught. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. From the gun is Prescott. Catch is made in close. And in for the Dallas touchdown. All right, so So the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he'll get in. The two-point try successful. Now they trail by 7. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is Cook. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Now it's Cook. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Bills ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Here's Cook. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field.
And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Bills go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Josh Allen, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their 1st sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet. Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw, here's Dak. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Taron Johnson has it. And the Bills will have it right at the opposing 30 after the interception, and that return on top of it. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
First down throw for Allen. Gets this to Kincaid. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down. Here's a give to Cook. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. They'll run it with Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. They pitch it out to him here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
This goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
On 4th down, Allen. This one's caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues. We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Here's here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Dallas. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. His first throw is an interception. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Cook. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
He has it on the QB sneak. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bills parlay the interception into points. Josh Allen the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Dak now from the gun. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's got a lane up past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bubbled up at the line. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On first down, they'll run. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, it's Cook. And this time, they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Back to the well again. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Call it around 3, and that leaves him with 4th down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. Here's a give up the middle. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Now Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. He's got the first down grab and still going. Ripping off yards past the 40. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Prescott here from the gun. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On first down, Allen. He finds Kincaid. A lot of mess on the move here. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Cook does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. It's 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take the lead just before halftime. Amari Cooper, the touchdown.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen looking to throw this. On the move, headed right. And they can't connect, so nearly 8 points to end the first half. But they'll only take an extra 6 into that locker room. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 13. A reverse on the opening kickoff. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Ty Johnson now to return. Returns looking good so far. And nearly down to the opposing 40 before he gets out of bounds. Excellent return there.
Everyone spends time in that locker room, Kate. Offensively, defensively, rewriting your scripts, putting your adjustments and plans together for the second half. Special teams, guys, well, that's exactly how they wanted to start this second half, with an explosion and setting their offense up for success.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Prescott set to pass. Dive in, and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on first is Prescott. He's got it near the 8. Touchdown, Dallas. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, they'll look for them.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. He's got a lane up past the 30. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete inside the 35. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills need only 1 to take the lead. All right, once again, Bills have the offense out. They're trying for two. He's throwing for it. From the pop. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another two more to that lead. Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. From the gun is Prescott. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Bills will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Another one for Cook. Has some space inside the 15. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills push the lead up to 12. Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's taken in by Lamb. Hits the 20. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Johnson now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. This is Cook on the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us... It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Cook. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Gonna keep this pushing for the end zone. And it lost the football. It's not loose. And this is gonna be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points and they get the ball back for their offense.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So it's 2nd down coming up. Here he is to throw. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Buys time. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. To throw. It's caught. Ferguson. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minutes. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them, and they cashed in when it really mattered.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this fourth quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Connection made to Shakir. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Bass now to kick this away. Turpin with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
So a big play for the Cowboys here as they line up for 2. He's on the move. And he's going to be taken down for the sack. They can't even get a throwaway on that 2-point try. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. One final shot here. Complete. It's Cooper. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And there was no easing up. It took some...
welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next.
After hundreds of battles throughout this season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Up next, one team's name will join NFL immortality at the end of tonight's battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. They go to Barkley again. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. throw behind his intended target.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Hurts throwing again. Goddard makes the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. It's an option to the left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
3rd and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They've got 1st and goal to work with. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Well, we've had to wait until the 2nd quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown, with how long they've been sitting over there, I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit, and likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. We send him in motion. Mahomes starting off with a throw. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. Cuts it to the right sideline. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. To the outside and complete to Kelsey. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one's caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs start off well to tie things 7-7. Reed now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs will take over with the football just outside the 30.
Oh, he was looking, Kate. He was trying to find a lane, but just simply nowhere to go. I don't think he'll be too heartbroken heading to the sidelines, though. He still made the play, took the ball away, got his defense off the field, and now sets his offense up for success.
Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Chiefs would take the lead with a score. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Putting a receiver in motion. 3rd and 2. Mahomes to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Play action, Mahomes. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looked like the Chiefs got this one back. Ooh, lucky break there, making that recovery. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. And if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Kelsey makes the catch. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get some late points and the lead. Travis Kelsey, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. Returns looking good so far. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Taken in by Smith. Pass is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 31. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. And he's got it for the touchdown, but while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding.
Holding, offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still first down.
Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Hurts to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes again. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewlett.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 36. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A counter give here to Pacheco. He'll cobble together a yard there. Zach Bond with the tackle. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. He completes it in traffic. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 6 now. That's caught in stride by Rice. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. A tight end in motion now. Here's 2nd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs have it with the lead. A chance to add a 4th title to their trophy case. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got it! And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Call it feel, Kate, call it instincts. I don't really care what you call it, but the best QBs, they can sense it. They know when that pressure's coming, and they know how to avoid it. Keep that play alive. Extend it outside of the chaos, and go get your offense a completion.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown and field goals, not going to get it done any.
Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He's got Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Rolling out to his left. He's running with it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Working quickly here. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it up. And the Chiefs get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Only a yard on the pickup. That leaves him with 3rd and goal at the 6. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Chiefs nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. They've got a man in motion. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Escapes out to the left. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have likely locked up the win right there. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You could just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one's